Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name's Oscar and welcome to today's episode of Card Market and Sporting NFT Market Review, where we evaluate the top risers and fallers in today's market for Friday, the 26th of March. Alright, let's jump in. So I'm just going to come over here and switch out to this view so you guys can see my screen. And we're going to come straight over to the card ladder dashboard. Alright, so as you guys can see, if we switch this over to the 1 month right now, today we've seen a pretty substantial dip in sales volume, about 66% down on the day after this little peak that we saw here midweek or over the weekend. But that's all good because it's just sales volume. Alright, and if we come and look over here at crypto, you can see Top Shot is actually down 23% on the day. So if we go and take a closer look at what Top Shot's doing, we can see here, let's load. Alright. So yeah, down pretty big on the day as well. About $11 million yesterday, down to about 8 today. But 8 average that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. So nothing to be concerned about there. And yeah, as you guys can see, we've had some sales here for some stuff. Donovan Mitchell, okay. LeBron James, all back up to 160 now. Okay, so what we're gonna do over here is just come back to card ladder. We'll stick to the physical stuff to start with, and then we'll go more into NFTs later. But here you go. So this is the kind of top climbers list for today. You see RJ Barrett right here on his PSA 9, just kind of seeing interesting, guys. On some of these cards here, you see them very volatile, not sticking to a clear path at all, just all over the place. I mean, if you compare that to his PSA 10 data, you guys can see a lot more consistent in where the prices are with the market. But I think he's been performing fairly well. If we just go look at RJ Barrett right here, you guys can see there averaging over 20 points. Good stuff to see out of RJ Barrett. I actually do have a PSA 10, which I picked up somewhere around here, so we'll hope to see him get back to where he was performing early in the season, or just modern basketball go up in general. That's probably the most contributing factor to that. Alright, so we have some Giannis going up here. It's just his Revolution card. I think a lot of this cheaper stuff, especially in the Superstars, probably you will see a bump right now. It's interesting though, because I would consider this to be modern. It is fairly low pop. But yeah, interesting. Let's just have a look here. Oh, I can't even look at the PSA 9 data. Not enough sales obviously on that one. Alright, so biggest fallers right now, Laundry Shamet. Let's kind of see what his cards have done. Once again, all over the place. A little bit of a dip here, $60 down to $50. So nothing too major. And just looking at the 90-day investments here, the Bitcoin card. This is so funny, guys. On the way down here, so not looking too good, but you know, maybe people buy the dip. This is a better one to look at here. James Harden, I don't know what's going on this chart. Obviously, some very manipulated sales data going on there. But anyway, alright, so if we come over here to not Crypto Slam, but Evaluate Market, and we go to our moments here, go to the market movers, and take a look at what's happening in the NFT space, and sort by the 24-hour volume, we can see a lot of movement here, kind of to be expected. We do see a lot of guys' cards move in that 50 to 100% down and up every day. So for today we've got Zubac, Eric Pascal, Austin Rivers, Zach LaVine, Miles Bridges, Joshua Rugi, PJ Tucker, Drew Holiday, Mitchell Robinson. Just looking down the list here, a lot of mid-tier players, a lot of role players. Interesting to see Miles Bridges down 73% right there. Looks like a lot of this is base set, so maybe we're seeing that market finally drop after the pump that we saw for that star pack, that lower base set, as you guys can see over here on that right side. A lot of base set stuff trending down, but fairly expected. Anyway, if we sort to the 24-hour up, we see a lot of mid-market, probably I'd say that $30 to $70 range and $100 plus moving right now. Interesting to see if a lot of these prices are affected by the trade deadline. Obviously, if we look down the list, here we go. We have Nikola Vucevic His moment seeing a 46% uptick. We can go have a look at that one right now. On evaluate market, and we'll just swap into this view here, come all the way over to NBA Top Shot and check this one out. Okay, so obviously this guy plays for the Magic, and he's just recently been traded for the Bulls. Not for the Bulls, to the Bulls. There you go, just a cheeky layup, $21. Alright, so a little bit of price movement in relation to the trade deadline there. So definitely some good pickups. If you guys, I wonder what Victor Oladipo is doing. That would be an interesting one to see. And actually just come out of our tags here on add more funds. We might be able to just do just that. Victor Oladipo, and I guess we'll just look at his. I don't like looking at the lowest tier card because a lot of that data isn't very volatile, so that card doesn't really trend that much. But here you go. If we look at his Series 1, I think this is a 3-pointer. Look at the 5-day chart. Yeah, so a lot of price movement right here into the trade deadline, and then a bit of a sell-off into a rebound here as people hear and sell the news. Okay, so what we're going to do right here is come back to Card Ladder, and we're just going to go through my watch list right now, kind of just take a look at what's happening on some of the more interesting cards here. Alright, so we've got the LeBron James 1-on-1 down 1,400 on the day. We've seen this try to find a price floor around this 20,000, 24,000 mark. Haven't really found it. I mean, if we look at the overall sales on the bigger chart here and sort by the last month, you can see we're still trending down right here. If this card gets around 20 grand, huge pickup, I think. A lot of legs into the future for this one for sure, but we're just kind of seeing that broader market pullback after that huge bull run, which ended at the end of last month. Okay, so we'll exit out of LeBron. Let's have a look. Steph not really moving. Yeah, more LeBron downward movement. I actually own 2 of these cards, so don't like to see that too much. 6,800. Jeez. 6,800. That has nearly gone down. I mean, it has gone down half of what it was valued before. Dang. That sucks to see. One thing that's interesting is that card, the 221 in the PSA 10 is very comparable to the PSA 9 price for this. Obviously, this holding its value a little bit better, but honestly, I might look to try and trade my PSA 10 for this PSA 9 here. Yeah, okay, so we're just going to go and move down. Oh, that's not where we were. In the watch list here, see if anything else is moving. We've got some Luka stuff starting to dip a little bit, testing that floor that's kind of been set across the month. But I don't really expect his prices to move too much. A lot of modern basketball now, I think, has consolidated and found a price floor. As you guys can see, Zion right now upticking a little bit on the day, just about $25. Okay, so let's continue moving down here. Oh, okay, this is interesting. So we've got Kobe's Hoops Holo peaking a little bit here, up $50. But remember, for a lot of these raw cards, we do expect to see a lot of up and down because a lot of these cards will be affected by the condition, you know, whether it's gem mint or not that the seller lists on eBay. So yeah, a lot of these other holos staying about the same value here. Alright, so what we're going to do is just jump into the ladder, and we're going to sort by daily change over here to see what's kind of happening at a larger scale outside of the ones I'm watching. A lot of this base set here, as you guys can see, jumping up. This is 2019 Donruss. A lot of 2019 Donruss going up here. Not too sure what that's fueled by, but it is most likely that this, yeah, okay. Yeah, as I said, a lot of volatility just based on what the condition is listed at on eBay. Alright, so try and look for, here you go, some graded stuff here. Some Cam Reddish going up. He's currently injured at the moment. His right Achilles, he'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. So I think this dip here is as a result of that injury, and then I guess people buying the dip and pushing that one back up. Alright, so further down the list here, Kostas Antetokounmpo up 57% here on the day. This one's interesting. I know that he has been playing in a few Bucks games, so that may be a large contributing factor as to why his cards have gone up recently. So I'm not going to try to spell out his name in Google. because we would definitely butcher it. But if we paste and search for that right now, you guys can see, here we go, here's some stats over the right here. He's played a few games recently. Obviously not scoring much at all, but I think just because he's a Antetokounmpo brother, he's in the spotlight, getting a little bit of media attention. That's what's going to cause his price to rise there. Okay, so we'll just come back on card ladder right now. Close out of that, and let's continue scrolling down. Let's see, is anyone watching live at the moment? Okay, we've got a few people joining on TikTok. The replay will of course be on YouTube for you guys to watch later. Brandon Clark, okay. Don't know which team he's on or what he's doing. I should probably check that out. Oh, okay, we just missed something good there as well. Okay, so we got a bit of uptick here in Luka's kind of lower pop modern basketball. That's a pretty substantial pop there from 1300 up to 1850. Obviously, these are looking like buy it now sales. But yeah, kind of a little bit of some upticks here. But all looking like pretty standard movement. Now, one thing I did want to show you guys, I've just got a chart here comparing Zion, Ja, and Trey. Obviously, Zion is sitting a bit higher here. Actually, what I might do, I wonder if I can change this quickly to his PSA 9 price, because that's going to be sitting... Okay, maybe not. Leave it at the PSA 10. I wanted to see if the price was about the same as these other guys, but this chart's interesting because you can see, I think that Trae Young is the green here. Yeah, I think so. So Trae and Ja Morant's cards, the blue and the green here, have followed a very similar trend down right now, kind of showing exactly what the overall modern basketball market has been doing. But Zion right here kind of taking a little bit of a comeback. But I think that just might be because of how he's been playing, scoring 30 points recently. Let's just have a look at his stats. So yeah, as you guys can see, averaging probably about 28 points a game over the last 3 games. Yeah, even the last 5 probably. So he's been putting in work. But you know, Trae Young, he's with the Hawks. I believe that they've won 9 straight now. So I don't see there to be a reason why his cards haven't kind of seen the same bump that Zion's have, especially because I honestly think Zion has a higher pop report. And yeah, Ja playing a little bit all over the place. Okay, and then we'll just look at Trae lastly. And Trae here playing very well. Okay, he's had 2 big games over the last 2 nights. So yeah, very interesting stuff modern basketball wise. Okay, I want to flick back over to Top Shot here because I just want to come back in here. I did get I did become a supporter of Add More Funds, so I can now search by my tags, and if we get rid of Victor Oladipo right there, you guys can have a look and see. So one thing that I have been watching here is this Anthony Davis dunk, which is an assist from LeBron. So really any moment that has 2 big superstars in it and is this cheap is one to watch for sure. I'm pretty mad I missed out on this dip here, guys. As you guys can see, it went all the way down to 65 bucks. I just took like a 2 or 3 day break from Top Shot, and it happened that that break was on this dip right here. And yeah, over the last 6 months, you guys can see it's kind of a blip in the chart, but nevertheless something to keep an eye on. I think it's a buy at $75. That's what I'll be watching out for. I'll actually go and show you guys in a moment because it's pretty cool. If it lets us search for it. So it's his cheapest moment, I believe, at $80. This is the one here. Pop 15,000, I think. Yep, 15,000 edition size. Alright, here's this one for you guys. So yeah, as you guys can see, the handoff from LeBron into the dunk right there. So this is a cool moment in general. And I think that's one that's going to have longevity, especially because it has LeBron in it. So one to watch at $80 for sure. And I think that I'm going to pick it up. Especially because as soon as we start seeing, you know, these 50,000 plus minted moments, I feel like these 15,000, 35,000, especially in these kind of superstar players, I think we'll see a jump in them. But that's of course assuming that the overall market stays up. Okay, so coming back over here to add more funds. I've just been watching the lower end of the market really. One thing which has been interesting to pay attention to is this LeBron James right now. So this is his dunk right here that we'll bring up just before we take a look at the charts. I really wish you could add tags on Top Shot. That would be helpful. But for now, we're stuck with search. Okay, so seeing a bit of a dip today. It did 1,100 yesterday. But here you go. Here's this one. This is probably the best LeBron dunk I have at the moment. And honestly, when you consider that the three-pointer is $775, and this is half the edition size at 7,500, it's looking like a buy. But obviously, this three-pointer here has some significance being in the bubble and being a viral moment, you know, where LeBron shoots the no-look three, the Curry three, and then the goes crazy. So yeah, you guys all know that one. You've all seen it. But yeah, so as you guys can see, this dip here on the dunk, we did get to about $740 at a low there, and now trending back upwards. So I think under $1,000, that's a buy right now. Actually, I might even set a price alert just to see if this does go below that. Okay, and yeah, so as you guys can see, very similar trend on this on the three-pointer right here. But just some interesting plays. I also did pick up this Steph Curry right now. The handles, if we come over to my, I can't, I'm from Australia obviously, so I can't log in because I get this error message you guys will see right now. Oh, it's, okay, that's weird. Normally it comes up with an error message. I won't log in now. Anyway, so I'll show you guys the Steph that I did pick up though. Steph and Giannis, they do have a moment in that $30-$40 range. Here you go, $39. This is the price that I picked it up for. I think just any of these superstars long term, we're talking like a year or two out, these lower tier moments are going to do well. So yeah, it's a pretty nice one. Just handles into a layup. And for $39, Steph, I don't think you can go wrong. I just really don't want to miss out on Steph. His NTFs, I feel like they have room, they have legs. And as you guys know from his cards, if we come over here to the watch list, this is one that I could have picked up for $700 at the end of 2019. And we'll have to zoom out here to the all-time chart. But there you go. So a lot of room and a lot of legs behind Steph Curry, as you guys can see. But thanks guys for watching. I think that's a good recap on today, and we'll leave it there. I'll be back tomorrow, and as always,